Okay, getting ready to start here in a few minutes, y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to Ramblin' Live, a special live here on a Sunday afternoon. Going to talk about scrollsawing today. Who is on here? Frankie's on here. Hey Frankie. Hey Lynn. Glad you can make it. Glad you all can make it. Hi honey. RNA Creative Woodworks. Hello there. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around here. Okay, right now you're looking at the Flying J truck stop in Cocoa, Florida. It's about 68 degrees here. That's my dash, so I'm going to turn it around here. That's always the scary part. Hey y'all, it's me Marty. Okay, go like that. How's it look? How's everything look? How's everything sound? Oh, I look like a dork as usual. Woo-hoo! Gotta love it. Yeah, it's the only time I wear a do-rag is when I do live stream. I actually forgot yesterday, but anywho, yeah, this is an extra live stream today. I thought I would do one today because I'm sitting at this truck stop in Cocoa, Florida, and just resting. And I haven't got a reload yet. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a reload. So just making the best use of my time. I watched our church service this morning. I got a shower, went for a walk, had coffee and devotions, and just putzing. And I thought, since I have one of my scroll saws with me in my truck on the road, I thought I would just do a live stream and just share everything I know about scroll sawing, and take some Q&A questions and everything. And yeah, so welcome Lynn, welcome honey, my wife, and Frankie. And so who else is on here? I'm gonna try to watch the comments. I changed my shirt. It sounds good, Bumpa. Nana, look, it's Bumpa. Okay, there's a bunch of people on here. A couple people I can't see the name, but so I'm gonna try to do the comments, but I have to stand up every time I do it. Sound good and video quality is good. Okay, so hi Kyler, hi Keone, it's Bumpa. Love you guys. I hope you're having a good day. Are you watching up on the big screen? And and Hayden and Casey, hi guys. I'm sure you're sitting there watching too. Hi honey. And I told my daughter Danny if she wanted to have it on too, that I would say hi. So hi Danny, I don't see her here, but hi Angel, hi Hazel. Grandpa loves you. I don't know if you're watching or not, but hello to all family and friends and everyone out there and everyone in YouTube land. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a big list here of things I'm going to talk about scroll sawing, and I'm going to show a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to do a demonstration, and I'm going to take questions. So at first I was thinking it might be good to do watching on TV. Yeah, scary if I'm on a big screen. I was thinking I would do the questions at the end, but that might be kind of old and boring for you all. So I think I'm just going to share, and you can ask questions as I go along, and I'll answer them to make it more interesting, so it's not just me rambling the whole time. Okay, so grab yourself something to drink and a snack. Tell you what I'm having, just to get some energy here. Black Rifle Espresso 300 triple shot caramel vanilla. Yes, I'm doing that. Then when I'm done with that one, I got a Celsius Arctic Vibe. Yeah, and I got some honey roasted cashews. Yes, that's what we're gonna do here. So everybody go grab something to drink, grab a snack. We'll get started here. So as I'm going along here, just to make it fun and interesting for everyone, even if you're not into scroll sawing and woodworking, if you want to see anything in the truck, I got I got stuffed animals on the dash, y'all, and sometimes they talk. I don't know if they're going to talk today. They look pretty quiet right now. I got backpacks, I got books, I got movies, I got snacks and food and hats and all kinds of stuff. If you want to see anything, if you want me to do something, if you want me to sing a song, I haven't sang in a while. I don't have a voice, I don't sound very good, but I'll sing for you guys. I'll sing for you. So, if anybody wants to hear me sing or try to sing, I can do that. If you want to see something, let's just have fun together in this Sunday afternoon. And it's a beautiful day the Lord has made. It's a little warm for me. It's 68 degrees here in Cocoa, Florida, but it's cool in the truck. So, again, how is the video and the sound? Let me know. I can turn the AC off. I don't want to turn the truck off, but so RNA Creative Woodworks, 68 degrees. Yeah, well, it's a little warm for me. I like 30s, like we have it back in Minnesota. So I think you've commented before. Do you have a YouTube channel? Also, I think you've commented, and where are you from? So if everybody wants to, yeah, how about we do that too? Everybody say where you're from and what's the temperature. I'm going to read the scripture for today. I think I used this on the last one or a couple, but it's fitting for today. Oh, you're in Michigan. Okay, I think I remember that. Okay. Proverbs 8:30. Then I was a craftsman at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence. I just like that one because I'm kind of a craftsman. Kind of. I'm really just a putz. So, anyway, Lynn says it looks good here in Ohio. It's 31 degrees. Okay. Yeah. So I got my eat, sleep, and scroll and repeat shirt. Scrollsaw Woodworking and Craft shirt. My friend Robert gave me. Robert, where are you? You're supposed to be on here right away. I don't see you. Anyway, 28 degrees in Michigan. Okay, so RNA Woodworks, Creative Woodworks, you and Two Flip are really close to each other. One of you is in Ohio, one of you is in Michigan. So just so you know that. Okay, I need a couple of honey roasted cashews here. Ooh, these are good. Oh, that's good. You're working on getting a YouTube channel set up soon? Okay. Yeah, I encourage anybody, if you need a hobby, if you need an outlet, to start a YouTube channel and just be yourself and just share your life. You never know how you can bless people. You know, I hope some people learn something from my channel, or more than that, I hope you're just entertained. I hope you can just laugh at me. Because look at me. I'm a dork. I mean, look at me. Okay, those are good. Okay, so we lost a couple people. No. Okay, so I am in my Freightliner Cascadia 2020. It's 5 years old. And I got almost 500,000 miles on it too. I'm a truck driver on the road, and I just try to make the best use of my time when I have downtime. Frankie says Robert said he's looking for the link. Well, again, the best way to get on a live stream is to wait for the notification to pop up on your phone, but you gotta click the bell. Otherwise, it's hard to just go look for it. So yeah, what was I saying? Anyway, I'm gonna finish chewing my cashews here. Anyway, okay. If anybody has any questions or thoughts, just tell me, just ask as we go along here, okay? But otherwise we can have a bunch at the end too. So hopefully more people come on, but I'm glad for everybody who's here. There's a couple of you watching on the big screen. Ah! That's gotta be weird on that big giant screen. Ah! Ah! I'll just do that once in a while, make sure you're all awake. Okay, so I'm just going to start talking about scroll sign. So this is a scroll saw. I got a super deal on this. Bought it on Facebook Marketplace yesterday. You know, the guy even delivered it to me. Going to get some coffee. Okay, sounds good, Lynn. Grab me a cup too. Of course, I got an espresso here. Okay, so I have a lot of information I'm going to just share here, but I'll stop and answer questions. I'll sing a song, I'll do a dance, or do a jig, or I might have to stop and go to the bathroom, to be honest with you. I might have to do that on live video. And I'll have to tip the camera up so you don't see me. 25 bucks, great deal. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And we're going to talk about that too. Okay, so what is a scroll saw? This is a scroll saw right here. A lot of people don't know. There's a lot of people out there, even woodworkers, that don't really know what a scroll saw is or don't know what they're used for. That's why a lot of people just practically give them away or sell them really cheap. Okay, I'm just going to run down a little bit of history of the scroll saw. Actually, before I do that, I decided to do that. I'm just going to do that once in a while to just help you all smile and just keep you all awake, okay? Especially if you're watching this on a big screen, it's got to wake you up. I mean, it's got to, I'm just saying. So first of all, I don't know everything. When I share things on my channel, on my live stream, on my videos, I'm just sharing my life. I'm just sharing what I've learned, my opinions, my thoughts, my preferences, my values. It's not everything, and so take it with a grain of salt. And if you have other ideas, if you have questions, if you disagree, put it down in the comments right there, because I want to see the comments, okay? So yeah, this is just what I've learned. I might have some dates wrong or names wrong or whatever, but it is what it is. Okay, so don't go away. Stay around, okay? Ah! I hope people are laughing out there. If I can, by watching me be a goof and it helps you smile and laugh, that blesses my heart. So, the history of the scroll saw. This is gonna be quick. It's not gonna be boring. It's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna talk about a lot of other stuff. Okay, so in the 1500s, a German craftsman designed fine, narrow blades. Okay, so I got the scroll saw blade here. Actually, I don't have my regular blades that I use for this. I have pin blades because the last saw I had in here was a pin saw. But that's a scroll saw blade. Just a skinny little thing. So this German craftsman designed skinny little blades like this. Okay, in the 1500s. And then in 1642, Andre Charles Boulay designed a hand frame to hold these blades. He designed that because to use the blades and use it. And it was probably something like this. This is a coping saw, a modern day coping saw. And you can use this to cut intricate things. It was probably something like this, but not probably as fancy. This is modern. But what he made was to hold that blade. And you can picture the first scroll sawing, they had to go like this, you know, and cut and turn the wood, and they have it in a brace. And oh, I can't imagine doing that. I tried that once. But yeah. Okay. 1829. The first patented scroll saw was in Britain by a guy named Macduff. Okay. I'm kind of a duff. I don't know if I'm a McDuff, but I'm kind of a duff. I mean, look at me. Ah! Are you all awake out there? Don't fall asleep and don't go away. Okay, I know that's going to get old really fast, but it's all part of the fun. Okay. Where are we? 1860s, the first scroll saws were made in America. In the 1920s, scroll saws were being mass-produced in America. Okay. So the first scroll saws were really big ones, and they were heavy, and they were metal. Some of them actually were made out of wood, and some of them you used a foot pedal to go like this to make the blade go up and down. Some had hand cranks, some were pedals. There's all different ways they powered them, and then they had the electric scroll saw. But all of them were pretty big, and most of the time they were used to create intricate architecture, like above doorways and houses and businesses and stuff. All those intricate curves and scrolls and stuff, and for artwork. But once they came to America, and later on in the 1900s and stuff, they started making them a little bit smaller, more affordable, and more of a hobby, crafty woodworking tool. A small benchtop, tabletop tool. You can see this; it's not that big. And they started making them like that, and pretty soon the manufacturers were making them. Some of the earlier companies, my honey said it's 29 and sunny here in Grove City at home. Okay, oh, it sounds so nice. And it sounds like it's going to be 30s and 40s coming up. I'm not ready for spring. I want to enjoy winter. I can't wait to get home, though, and just spend time with you and everyone and be outside and campfires, maybe get some hikes in. Sound good, everyone? Well, not everybody, but my family at home, you know. Well, I mean, anybody can go for a hike, but I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oh, I know, I'm weird. I'm getting weird. I'm getting weirder, y'all. I think I just lost another one. Anywho. So some of the first companies, the first manufacturer. What are you looking at? Yeah, I know I can't talk. I know I'm weird, but I'm trying. Just, you guys just sit over on the dash there and just... maybe I'll let you talk later, but I'm talking right now. It's my show. I know, but just be nice, sit over there and enjoy the show, and maybe I'll let you guys talk a little bit later, okay? Yeah, maybe you too. Just, you guys just wait a little bit. Sorry, my stuffed animals are talking to me on that. Okay, some of the first manufacturers of scroll saws were Barnes, Hobby, New Rogers, Star, and Lester. That was some of the bigger first companies that were making the scroll saw. And now through the years, some of the modern day ones, and these aren't in order. Well, Delta is my favorite brand, my favorite scroll saw. They were actually one of the first ones. But there was a whole bunch more. I'm just going to list these. This isn't in order. Frankie says I cut out pinewood derby cars with a coping saw. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't imagine that. Yeah, that's amazing. This saw is so fun. There's so many cool things you can do with a scroll saw. But yeah, can you imagine with a coping saw trying to cut? Oh, that's really amazing when you think about it, what people did with a coping saw before the automated saw. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, here's some other brands that are modern day ones, but they're not in order of like year or anything. Delta, Rockwell, Craftsman, Dremel, Black & Decker, Skill, Hegner, RBI, Jet, Grizzly, Shopbox, DeWalt, Excalibur, Ryobi, Proxon, Central Machinery, Bauer, Rycon, Bosch, Wen, Pegasus, King, Makita, Porter-Cable, and Seiko. That's some other scroll saw brands out there. As far as sizes, the depth of the scroll saw, how big it is. I think the smallest I've seen is 15 inch. So it's 15 inches from the blade to the back. Too much time on the road when you start talking to the stuffed animals as well as through them. I know, honey. Oh, I know. Yes. I know, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so it's from the blade to the back. Okay, somebody's sending me a message in Messenger. I can't listen to it right now, so sorry. I hope you can find the live stream. Go to my channel and go to YouTube and search live streams. Again, if you're subscribed to my channel and you click the bell, you should get a notification on your phone. If not, there must be something wrong on your end. So, sorry. Robert, yeah, you got to get in here somehow. Okay. And I think the smallest one I have right now is 16 inch. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. That's as big as you really need. But they have 16 inch ones. They have 18 inch, 20 inch, 24 inch. I think the biggest one now is 30 inch or 35 inch, something like that. Huge scroll saws. I don't understand why. I will talk about that later, but they make them bigger. There is a 15 inch Delta, that I'd like to get just to have it in my collection. It's a smaller one. I had one like that before. So I've had a lot of scroll saws through the years, but I've never paid much money for any of them. I've got a lot of them given to me. Some were thrifty. 432 One Woodworking. Hey, how's it going? Great to see you. You live in southern Minnesota too, don't you? I watch your channel. You do great videos. Check out 4321 Woodworking. He's got great videos. I'm pretty sure you're about 3 hours south of us, if I remember right. What did you... I remember you said it one time, and I was trying to tell somebody what the name of your channel. You have 4 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and a turtle. Something like that. You told you mentioned it once. Let me know. Whoa, it dropped my clipboard. South of Rochester. Almost. Okay. Yeah, so you're less than 3 hours from us. Hey, you know what? I know it's kind of weird to meet people on YouTube, but I've made some friends on YouTube. And you don't want to meet everybody. You might not want to meet me because I'm really weird, but anyway, it would be kind of cool. Maybe we can meet up for coffee sometime. 4 kids, 3 turtles, 2 dogs, and 1 cat. Okay, or 1 car. I'm thinking I think 1 cat. Okay, yeah. I'm not a cat person. Oh, I gotta show you guys a pattern in a little bit here, but all right. I'm so glad you're on here. Thanks so much. Yeah, that would be fun to meet up for coffee sometime. Okay, I gotta remember that. 4 kids, 3 turtles, 2 dogs, and 1 cat. 4321 Woodworking. Y'all, when we're done with the live stream, please go watch his channel. He has really good videos. Super guy, neat shop. He does some really great projects. Okay. So yeah, I like to get the 15-inch Delta. That's probably the smallest one that I've ever seen. But yeah, so there's different types or sizes as far as that. Then there's different types that they made through the years. There's the rigid arm, that was the first ones. Then there's a C arm, then there's the parallel arm, and the double parallel arm. And it gets kind of complicated. Yes, I would. Ever looked into Bauer? Well, I lost the comment there. Ever looked into Bauer scroll saw? No, but I just seen, because I was looking for different brands, and I seen that it's out there. I believe it's sold at Harbor Freight, I think. Yeah, I seen that. I have a couple of nailers from Harbor Freight that are Bauer, and they work great, I think. Yep. Yeah, so if anybody has any other things to add on here that I can add just for my information, it'd be great. Other brands, other sizes, please, because I don't know everything. I'm just sharing what I've learned. I love to teach. I really do. Y'all know that. And I'll share a little bit about that too. Yeah, but I go onto all different trails. Squirrel! There's a squirrel running across the parking lot here. I'm kidding, but I mean, I'm sure there was at one time, but not right now. Anyway, so yeah. So okay, so. And, so I believe this is a parallel arm, I believe. So there's different ones. And then there's different parts of the scroll saw, you know. So there's the upper arm, the lower arm, there's the blade holders, there's the dust blower, there's the tensioning, there's the tabletop, there's the motor, there's, you know, all the different parts of it and stuff. I'm just kind of going down my list here. So I don't get kind of lost here, but yeah. So why scroll saw? Well, because it's a very okay. Yeah, Frankie, check out his channel. He I think it was last year or the year before. He did a really nice empty tomb project. Everybody does those different, and he did a really cool one. So check that out. Yeah, so why is scroll saw? Well, first of all, it's very safe. It's great to teach kids and anyone really. Yes, you can get hurt on it. You can get cut by this blade, but it's the safest tool you can use. Also, it's affordable to start. You can get great deals on used scroll saws, even the new ones. Are, you know, you can use small pieces of wood to make lots of cool things. It's very creative. Anything you can draw with a pencil on a piece of wood, you can cut on a scroll saw. Any design, any shape. There's so many different things. I'm going to show you all kinds of stuff. I got magazines. I got some things I've made. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of things that people make on this tool, and it's just so cool. So yeah, it's so creative. It's just a fun tool. Speaking of that, go off on on the trail. So I was blessed to be. I wish I could be a teacher, y'all, but I should have done it 30 years ago anyway. I'm a truck driver. When I can teach, I do. But I worked in schools for a few years, and it's been a little while now. Basically, 2015 to 2018, along in there, I worked in a couple different schools as a para, as a substitute teacher, and I taught woodshop and scroll sign in 2 different schools. And I actually got a whole bunch of scroll saws. I bought a few of them, had a bunch donated, like 10 scroll saws at one school and then like 12 at another school. And I actually left them there. I should have taken them because I don't think they teach scroll sign anyway since I left. They couldn't give me full-time jobs, so I left and I'm back to trucking. Anyway, I did that. I really enjoyed it. Right now, I think I have 10 scroll saws now in my garage next to my shop that I use to teach our youth group. Every once in a while they come over, and I love doing that. I want to do that more. But yeah, so you can teach. It's so easy, and it takes up a small space. I have a scroll saw in my truck. You know, a little mini shop here. You know, so yeah, and you can cut wood, you can cut metal, you can cut glass and plastic. You know, and yeah. Okay, so. Ask questions, guys, as we go along here. I'm just going to keep rambling some of the different things. Ah! Are you guys awake? Kyler, Keone, Hazel, did you like Grandpa doing that? Did you like Bumpa being a goof? I want to keep you all awake and alert here. So I know I'm weird. Not everybody is weird. Some people are more serious. But like I always say, I take life less serious and God more serious. That's my opinion. And besides, laughter is good medicine. Okay. So, as far as used tools versus new tools. Okay. I'm going to go on a little tangent here real quick. If you have money to buy expensive tools, gear, whatever, and this goes for you know, woodworking for tools or backpacks for hiking or whatever your hobby is. If you have money to buy the best of the best or whatever, great, that's fine. And there's something nice about getting a brand new tool or gear, backpack, whatever it is. You get warranties and it's new and all that stuff. That's great. If you can, you can. But I like to promote buying good used stuff because I don't want somebody to not be able to enjoy a hobby because of money and not being able to afford it. I don't have a lot of extra money, but I can do this stuff. Yeah, Kyler, and you helped Nana stay awake. I just said I may take a nap. No, don't take a nap. Honey, stay awake and ask me some questions. The animals are going to talk in a little bit too, or they're going to try to if they... Quit bugging me about it. I'll let you on in the show in a little bit, but I'm going to talk first, and then you guys... Okay, so... Okay. I know, I spend way too much time alone in here. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I don't want it to be a hindrance. I don't want money to be a hindrance of being able to enjoy scroll sign, enjoy woodworking. Frankie says the school next door don't teach scroll sign. Well, yeah, most schools don't teach scroll sign. Some schools used to have wood shop, but a lot of them don't even do that anymore. But yeah. I don't think they realize the value. Boy, I wish I could start a scroll sign school. Oh, I would love that. Stay home and do woodworking and teach scroll sign to kids. I would love that. And then teach life skills and values and God and that would just be amazing. That would be so fun. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So okay, so you can buy a scroll saw. You can go out right now, Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, go on Amazon, go online. You can buy a scroll saw for $80 to $100 for a cheap one. Hey Robert, you're there. Oh, I'm so glad you finally got here. Robert gave me this shirt. Thank you, Robert. Robert is Bob's World. He is from New York. New York. Anyway, I'm glad you made it. It's just in time. So yeah, $80 to $100 you can get a scroll saw. They're okay. They work. It's, you know, and that's the low end. If you want a mid-price scroll saw, $400 or $500 long in there. They're pretty decent saws. Well, okay, so the smaller ones. So the cheaper scroll saws, let's say maybe a Wen or a Central Machinery, Ryobi. There's some cheap saws out there from $80 to $100, you know, some of those. Or like $400 or $500, you can get a DeWalt. That's a great saw. I had one for 10 years. It was a great saw. You know, and the Deltas, I don't know, so those mid-price ones. And then you can go like $800 or $1,000 or $1,500. The Excaliburs and the Hagners, RBI, the Seikos, the Kings, those other brands. They're expensive. But you can get used ones too. Facebook Marketplace is amazing. And it depends on where you are in the country. But a lot of people, as far as scroll saws, they don't understand what they're used for, or they don't use them. If you're a cabinet maker, you're not going to use a scroll saw. You know, so a lot of people just practically give them away and sell pretty cheap. So you can get really good deals. If I had $100, I would rather spend $100 on a saw that was actually $500 new, but it's still in great condition. So to me, it's almost worth $500 still, but it's only $100. Or you buy one, a brand new one for $100. Well, it's only worth $100. So if you buy used, you're getting a better saw for the money. And they're steel and they're metal and they're built good. They're like new. And like you seen in the video yesterday, I just cleaned this up a little bit, and you know, and I don't know. There's just so many great used scroll saws out there. I can't imagine buying new. Even if I wanted one of the higher end ones, I bought a brand new Ryobi scroll saw, and I gave it away. I hated it. Yeah. You know, and some of them are okay, and you know, I started on an 18-inch Craftsman, and you can see that one on the shelf in my shop tour video. It worked, but it wasn't that great. The blade holders were horrible. It vibrated. The table was really small. Half of it was plastic, but it got me in the scroll sign. Hello, Marty, Sunshine Group. What? Wait, who? Holiday. Somebody's from Germany on here. Welcome. And then you bought a Delta P. I didn't see what that was. The Delta what? Robert said P3. Oh, you mean a Q3? Yep, I have a Q3. Yep, that's a great saw. Yep. So yeah, you get so many good deals. Even if I wanted a bigger, higher quality, bigger kind. Let's say I wanted an Excalibur. Well, I get a used one for half the price or a quarter of the price. You know, there's just so many good deals out there. So, but yeah, a few things to look into in a scroll saw. The blade holder is the biggest thing, and I'd say second to that, low vibration. So, there's lots of great scroll saws made in the late 80s, in the 90s, and the early 2000s. Robert says, "Where are you in Germany, Holiday?" Oh yeah. That's wonderful, from Germany. That's wonderful. We're from Minnesota. We got a lot of Germans there. I'm actually in Florida right now, but where was I? Oh yeah, the blade holders. Okay, so there's a lot of great scroll saws that were made in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s that have good blade holders, especially the Delta. Before that, you had to use tools and cranks and all this stuff, and they were really hard. I wouldn't mind getting some antique scroll saws just for fun, but honestly, you want to be in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s at least. To get older than that, the blade holders weren't that great. The Delta quick release blade holder, and I'm going to show you a little bit more close up here of this saw in a little bit. I just love this blade holder, the quick release. A lot of people don't like them because they do have a lot of moving parts, but when they work great, I think. I just like it, and that's a big thing. So if you're looking for a new scroll saw or a used one, make sure the blade holder works well. Otherwise, you're not going to like it. If you have to use tools to take the blade out and all that, you're not going to like it. So a good blade holder. Did I just break? I think I just broke my blade here. How did that happen? Well, I think I could still use it if it's still long enough. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Well, that's weird. Anyway, we'll work with that in a minute. I must have bumped it. But yeah, you want a good blade holder. The other thing is low vibration. RBI, I said RBI, that's Hawk. But yeah, low vibration. If it really vibrates, that's hard. So a good blade holder and low vibration, I think, are the two main things, okay? It's nice if it has a dust blower. The dust blower, it just blows a little bit of air on your cut line, I actually tried an antique Scrollsaw foot pump and needed a steady diet, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, I would love to have one with a foot pedal or a bike kind. You said, oh, that would be great. You get exercise while you're scrolling. Foot pedal, I shouldn't have said. Yeah, you're trying to type too fast, Robert. That's good. Okay. But yeah, so it blows the dust away from your cut line. If you don't have a dust blower, you're going to be going like this, blowing the dust away, because otherwise you can't see your cut line, your pattern line. You know, so yeah, you want a dust blower on there. It's nice to have a good sized table. Now you don't need these big giant tables that some Scrollsaws, unless you're doing really big projects, and even then you don't need such a big table. You know, just a little round table or the teardrop table is good enough. There's a couple out there that have tiny little tables. They're not quite big enough, but yeah, a good table size. If you want it to be all steel and not plastic parts, that helps. The heavier it is, the better Scrollsaw it is, because it's going to be low vibration. You know, and there's different accessories you can add to the Scrollsaw. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's the main thing. A good blade holder. At least the top one, you want it toolless. If you have to use a tool for the bottom blade holder, it's okay, but at least a good one on the top. On my Deltas in my shop, I have a quick release on the top and bottom. But yeah, good blade holder, dust blower, good table, you know. But yeah, some of the things you could do on the Scrollsaw, you can make simple cutouts. That was the problem with that new Ryobi, lots of plastic. Yeah, yep. The heavier it is, the better it is, honestly. Yep. Simple cutouts. Kyler Keone, hi. Bumpa loves you. Are you still there? Everybody stay awake. We're only 38 minutes into this, and we're going to go for an hour or two. So, stay awake. By the way, I need some more coffee. I know I'm probably losing some people because I'm so weird. Anyway, but yeah, you can make simple cutouts, like the ones I made for you guys, and then Bumpa made them into puzzles. So you can make simple cutouts. You can make puzzles, fretwork, segmentation, intarsia, toys, games, wall art, desk art, useful items, puzzle boxes, jewelry, custom orders for people, inlay and marquetry. There's so much you can do on a Scrollsaw. I'm going to list quickly here some magazines and some authors of books, and then I'm going to show you some stuff and actually show you a little demonstration. Magazines, Creative Woodworks and Crafts. That's the first one I got years ago, and I did a video on that the other day. And then Scrollsaw Workshop, another great magazine. There's also Wood Scrollsaw Patterns, some great magazines, and there's a lot of authors. Some of the big ones that have written books and pattern books for Scrollsawing. Patrick Spielman, Judy Gale Roberts, she just passed away this fall. John Nelson, Dirk Bowman, Tom Zieg, Sue May, Wayne and Jacob Fowler, Diana Thompson, Jean Germain, I believe that's how you say his name. He did the People and Pets thing recently. And lots of other good magazines and books out there, lots of places to get patterns. Some of my favorite YouTubers for Scrollsawing is the diaphragm for the dust blower available. The diaphragm, you mean the little pump in there? Well, depends on what are you talking about, Frank? Are you talking about Delta? You can order parts from Delta, but it depends how old the Scrollsaw is. You can still get some parts. Yeah, sometimes you can still order the parts, but it depends on how old it is and what company and all that. But yeah, you can also kind of make one from like a tennis ball or a rubber ball in there. People have done that. People have made dust blowers out of little pumps from aquarium, stuff like that. I'm going to share just a few of my favorite YouTubers that do Scrollsawing, specifically. Stumpy Nubs, he's been around forever. I think it's Mustache Mike and James Hamilton. Great YouTube channel. Steve Carmichael. He does a bunch of different woodworking, but he does some really cool Scrollsaw videos and projects. He's a great guy. I believe he's down this way. North Carolina, South Carolina, I believe. But Steve has a great YouTube channel. Check him out. Sai's Corner. Sai is out over in Oregon with her husband out that way, I think. And she does intarsia, really cool intarsia. Artisan Pirate, Tyler, down in North Carolina. I actually met him one day. He's got a cool shop. He does really great projects, super channel. And then some other ones, Die Love Spoons, I think that's called. Steve Carmichael is in Georgia. Oh, okay. So yeah, he's just north of me. Okay, I think he just moved too recently. I'm hoping to see more videos. He hasn't done many videos lately, but yeah, great guy. I think it's Die Love Spoons. There's cool scroll sign videos on there. Gwinnett Woodworkers, SD Good, which is Steve Good. He has a great website with thousands of free patterns too. Check him out. Wood Magazine, Scrollsaw Village, Scrollsaw Corner, the Woodworkers Guild of America, Fabian's Tiny Workshop. Recently I started watching Who's the Boss. He just had his first grandchild. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't hear that. I think we're friends on Facebook. I'll have to check and see. Yeah, see updates on him. Yeah, Who's the Boss? I just started watching him. Lots of great woodworking projects. Russell's Woodshed. That's just a few of them. I'm probably forgetting some that I watched years ago. That's just ones I've watched, that I can think of right now in the last 10 years or so. But there's ones years ago too. There's lots of others. And again, if anybody, please put it in the comments if you know other good YouTube channels for scroll sign, other books, magazines, other tips. As I'm going along, I'm just sharing. I'm just regurgitating all this stuff that I've learned through the years. But yeah, some of my favorite woods to use for scroll sign: poplar, pine, mahogany, walnut, oak, maple, cherry, box elder, alder, birch, and ash. That's some kind of my favorite ones. Yeah, let me see here. If anybody has any questions, just start rambling. I'm just some of the accessories that are nice to have with your scroll saw, either on it or next to it. Here's some things. It's nice to have it mounted on a stand. And if your scroll saw isn't already tipped, put a block behind the back and tip the back up so that the table is angled. It's just a better angle for cutting. Have a light above it or an extra light. A foot pedal. If you have your scroll saw plugged into a foot pedal, now your hands are free and you can cut and you can just push the foot pedal. I have my scroll saw, light, and shop vac hooked up to my foot pedal, and it works great. And just some other little things. Have a stool. I sit and scroll saw. It's just nice. Have a little bin to pull the waste pieces down into it. Some other little things to have by your scroll saw. I have a little mini drill, just to pre-drill for inside cuts. A square, a rule, a file, some paste wax, sandpaper, some basic tools, a pencil, erasers, tape, earplugs, magnifier, glasses, little washers, a mask, nail set, a little fan. It's lots of different accessories to have with your scroll saw or next to it that helps you do a better scroll sign. So yeah, that's some of that stuff. Some other places to get patterns. Of course, there's magazines and books. Frankie says, Holiday, do you have scroll saw work? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourselves there too as I'm rambling on here. I need some more coffee. Does it sound like I need more coffee? You're like, no, you don't need more coffee. Especially a 300 espresso. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm almost done reading stuff here, and I'm going to show you the scroll saw. I'm going to show you some things that I've made. I'm going to show you some magazines with lots of other ideas. Just don't go away, y'all. Okay, let's take a quick little break here. Hi, y'all. I'm Dash. I sit on his dash, and I just sit there while he drives, driving down the road. Hi, I just wanted to say hi. I am Dash. And I'm not a ventriloquist, if you can see. Hi, I'm Dash. Yeah, my mouth moves. And his doesn't. That's not a good ventriloquist. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the dash. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, I won't be back. Anyway, I'm going to go take a nap. That's Dash. Hi, I'm Pugsley.
I sit on Marty's dash too and watch him try to drive down the road. He doesn't do a very good job though. I'm a good driver. What are you talking about? Well, most of the time. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to the dash. We'll see you later. Okay. Alright. Hi, I'm Noel, and I have a happiness. That's from a cartoon back in the 90s, I think. I am Noel. I'm a Christmas reindeer. And I know my antler's kind of crooked there. You know, you sound a lot like Dash, which kind of sounds like Pugsley. You all three kind of sound the same a little bit. I don't know why. I'm going to go back to sleep. Okay. You go back to sleep over there. Okay. That was a weird break. Okay. I told you I spent too much time by myself in here. Oh, I got 10 people in here. This is wonderful. Can I get some thumbs up if you're watching it? I mean, if you think this deserves a thumbs up. Okay, a couple of quick things. Yeah, you can get patterns from magazines and books. You can download patterns. You can get free clip art on Google. So Hollydale has a Pegasus 21-inch. Okay, I hear that's a great saw. Yep. You're okay. So where are you from in Germany? That is so cool. Welcome. And yeah, so you can get free clip art on Google. Just Google anything you want. If you want to do an apple or a barn or a truck or a palm tree, you know, just Google it, and you can get pictures and you can use them for patterns. You can, you know, just they're all over the place. You can use coloring books, stained glass window patterns. You can use other craft patterns. There's so many places. You can look at signs going down the road and get ideas for patterns. I'm looking at the Florida sign on the side of the truck stop here. I could use that. Oh, you don't speak real good English. I can't speak German either, so don't feel bad. What's some German I know? Fraulein, is that German? I think. I got that from Grumpy Old Man because he tried to speak German. Anyway, great movie, by the way. Hollydale, one of my fellow church choir friends is from Bonn. Bonn? Okay, Bonn is the town? Okay. Yeah, you guys talk back and forth. Don't listen to me. Combine patterns. Design your own patterns. There's so many ideas. Make up your own patterns, y'all. Yeah, it's fun to do projects that everybody's doing, but make up your own too. Be unique. Be yourself. I just like to make up my own. Okay, I'm gonna show you some things here quick. Well, I'm gonna show you the scroll saw. Good night. Okay, so the bad thing is I don't have much wood. I don't have any patterns or any wood. I didn't bring any this time, but this is my Delta 16-inch variable speed scroll saw. This saw was, I don't know, 200, 250, 300 when it was brand new. I got it for 25 bucks. It's a steel and it works great. It is the 40-540 is the model. Yeah, I just sanded it and it cleaned up nice. So I might have to put a new blade in here because I think I bumped it when I was talking here. It might still be long enough. Let's see here if it'll hold. I probably need to put a new blade in, but we'll try it here. So there's a couple of different yeah, I think I bumped it. So there's so you put the blade in there, then there's a tensioning here, and then there's a tensioning arm. And so you turn that, and then you tension it. And it's really important to have the right tension. Yeah, I think I got to put a different blade in now because I broke the tip off. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, hold the phone here. I need my glasses. Okay. Hey, y'all hey, I lost one person. Come back. Please come back. Come back to the show. I'd leave too if I was them.
What do you mean? Why would you leave? We're having fun here. Okay, hopefully this will hold. Otherwise I gotta put a new blade in. Okay. Okay, so it's really important to have it tensioned correctly. You don't want it too loose, or you don't want it too tight. It'll break a blade if it's too tight or too loose. You kind of want like a C or a C sharp in there. I don't know. Let's see if this is going to hold. It might pop out because I think I need a new blade. So this is a variable speed, which is nice. I usually just use it on high all the time when I'm scrolling. But yeah, that's how it works. So I only have a couple of scrap pieces of wood here, but I'll just do this a little bit here. And that's how Scrollsaw works. So a few different safety things when, when you're pushing the wood through, go through really slow. If you push too hard, it's going to burn the wood. It could bend the blade. It could break the blade. Just go really slow. Always keep your fingers on the side and gently hold the wood down because the blade wants to pull up. So just kind of hold it down and you just turn, just like we're driving a car, really. Just turn the wood to keep your blade on the line. And it cuts super, super smooth. It's a very sharp blade, but it's really small, but it cuts really smooth. And that little dust blower blows the dust away. And yeah. I wish I had some other wood to do some little demonstrations on or something, but and so this one has a removable insert, and I like that better than a lot of the new saws. What do we got for comments here? Am I missing anything here? Okay, what do we got here? Robert says, so you need a pitch pipe to tune a Scrollsaw blade. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a barbershop harmony singer, and I had to say that. Yeah. Robert's got a great sense of humor. Okay, so I'll show you something here. There's two things I don't like about a lot of the newer saws. Most of the newer saws, and it's not, they're okay, but most of the newer saws for the top blade holder, they just have a thumb screw. And it works. I had a DeWalt for 10 years and it worked, but they strip out. I replaced 5 or 6 of them, and I just don't think they're the best. I like this better. It holds it better and tighter. Also, on the newer saws, most of them don't have a removable insert here. The reason that is nice, for one thing, I can go like this and take it out. Now I can see the bottom blade holder, and it's easier to install it because I can see it. On the newer scroll saws, they don't have a removable insert. There's just a tiny little hole there, and you can't see it, so you've got to look underneath. That's why it's nice to have that. Also, most of the removable inserts have a slot in them like this. I actually cut that one in it. It didn't have it. But because, if you watch this, when I release the tension, and then I release the blade, now it falls forward because that bottom blade holder is loose, so it falls forward. So now if I want to do inside cuts, it's easier for me to take my board and go like this and put it down in there because it's easier to get the blade on. So yeah, I think that, there's different saws. Some saws have, I'm going to leave this off. Some saws, you disconnect the bottom blade holder to thread your board through to do inside cuts. I think it's better to disconnect the top blade holder. It's easier to see and feed it down. So yeah, I'm gonna do some of my tips and just thoughts. Some of my tips. Again, I think there's better deals. Keep up on the comments here. Is everybody still here? You can ask me questions or anything. Oh wait, whoa, what do we got going here? I'm missing comments. Robert is warped, kind of like Marty. Yeah. Yes, you're right, Lynn. He could have had his mandolin tuner. Yeah, that's right. Frankie says, what do you do with your old blades? I am trying to find use for the old blades. Any ideas, anyone? Um, well, if they're still good, you can still use them. I've heard some people do this where they put a board on your table, kind of raise your table, and then use that same blade, and then you're using the upper teeth that haven't been used yet. You know, you're kind of you got to kind of put a temporary table on here to get your workpiece up to use those upper teeth on that blade. I don't know. You keep the blades just for extra little cutters or something. I don't know. I usually just throw them away, but so yeah, my tips: get used saws. You can get really great deals on really good saws out there. Take it slow. Push through really slow. Just take your time. If you take your time, you can follow the line better. I use my older blades for the outside cuts on projects not needing accuracy. Yeah, good tip, Robert. Yep. Be safe. Wear safety glasses. I actually have bifocal safety glasses I wear. I sometimes wear earplugs or dust mask. Just be safe. Take it slow. Keep your fingers on the sides of the blade. Don't be critical of yourself. You're learning. Just be happy with whatever you make. You know, don't be critical of yourself. You're learning, and just anything you make, just be happy with it. Now, always be learning and get better, but don't be critical of yourself. Be unique. Like I say, use patterns that are other people's and patterns that people have done. Do projects that everybody's doing. It's just kind of fun to do that, but also be unique. Do things that are different. Make up your own patterns. I like making up my own patterns, and I like also finding older patterns. I collect them in a box, Holiday says. Oh, yeah, just keep them. Yeah, you never know. I mean, some people change their blades before they break. I usually wait until they break, get the best use out of them, but yeah, it's better to, when it seems like it's getting worn, change your blade, but yeah. But yeah, in a little bit here, don't go away, y'all, because I have a whole bunch of patterns I'm going to show you and some projects and stuff. The best is yet to come. They made it this far. Please stay through to the end. But yeah, be unique. Make up your own patterns. Find older patterns. Find things that people haven't made in years and bring them back. Lynn says, guys, I'm going to have to go for now. Glad to have the new bunch of guys that have joined in. Okay, have a great day, Lynn. Great to see you. Take care. Stay safe and warm up there in Ohio. But yeah, be unique. Sit on a stool. It's easier to sit on a stool or a chair than to stand. I think it's better. A foot pedal, again, then your hands are free. And if the blade breaks, you can just let go of the foot pedal. You don't have to look for the stop button on the saw. It's nice to have a foot pedal. And you can get them for 10 to 20 bucks on Amazon or Harbor Freight or wherever. Hey, welcome, Jack. Take a photograph of your grandkids in a car, then glue it to the wood and cut it out. Yes, great idea. Welcome to the show here. Great idea. And I actually did that back in the mid-90s. I worked for a little shop as a part-time job. I've had a million jobs in my life, y'all. And that's what this little business did. They put pictures on wood, or I think it was plastic laminate, and then they put clear plastic on it, and I would scroll them out, and they would be custom gifts for people. They would be pictures. So yeah, there's so many ideas out there. There's a million ideas. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff you can do on a scroll saw. Use clear packing tape on hardwoods, especially like purple heart, maple, oak, cherry. Put clear packing tape on the bottom, and it keeps your blade cooler. It doesn't burn the wood. The blade lasts longer. It cuts easier. It really works. But don't use cheap tape. Frankie says, I have learned a lot from our fun chat. Yeah, so, well, people don't really know about, we're on YouTube, Frankie, but yeah, we have a messenger little chat thing, but that's, yeah, it's a Facebook thing. But anyway, Yeah, well, Robert, it was number 54. It's not number 54 anymore because, well, so most of you know I had a YouTube channel for 11 years. I started YouTube in 2013. And I deleted the old channel last January and started a new channel. So I've had this channel for 1 year now. Pretty much the same name, woodworking and outdoor things and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, on my old channel, that video was number 54. On this channel, I'm not sure what number it is. Somebody wants to look it up. But there's a video of me showing how to make a name. And I had problems because I had cheap packing tape on the back and it was getting stuck and it was crazy. I didn't mean for it to be funny, but it's funny. I watched that video and I laugh at myself. Anyway, I actually videotaped myself laughing at myself watching that video. Yeah, you got to check that one out. So don't use cheap tape. Use clear packing tape for the back of your wood, but use the good stuff. Yeah. When you're doing 3D projects, like reindeer or word art that's three-dimensional compound cutting, and you cut one side and then you got to cut the other side, you got to tape them back together so they're still a block. Just a little tip, you got to do that to keep them together. I've done videos on those before, but I always do the hardest part first. If there's something that's really hard on the project, I do that first, get the hardest stuff out of the way. I also do the inside cuts first. I'll also do, save the biggest part of the wood so you have more to hold on to. So do all the inside stuff first and then do the outside last. Think outside the box, again, make up your own patterns and ideas and stuff. A few more things I'm going to talk about as far as different blades and finishing and stack cutting, spiral blades, copyright, selling your stuff, finishing, dust collection. I'm going to talk about some more of that. But let's take a break so I can show you some stuff because you're probably getting bored and I think I just lost 4 people. Anywho, okay, so I'm going to show you a few things. Oh, I got a few questions to ask too. I don't have much, again, y'all, I'm truck driving, I'm working, I'm on the road. But I have a Scrollsaw with me and I have a few things in the truck. So I'm just going to show you a few things I have. Now you can watch, I have other videos if you want to watch. I'm showing all the different things that I've made on Scrollsaw. You can watch those videos. I have Scrollsaw videos you can watch. I'm just going to show you a few things I happen to have in my truck. Okay, Robert says, I have an idea. Let's all share one of our favorite Scrollsaw patterns with each other. I'll be happy to be a person to collect all the addresses. Okay, yeah, do that. That would be wonderful. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to show you a few things I made. Here's a joy. I love making word art on the Scrollsaw. Okay, that's one of the things I make. I really enjoy making those. And Jesus words. I've made hundreds of these. I love making these and sharing them with people. And here's a smile. I usually have it mounted on my dash. It's a smile. I just made up this pattern. I just spelled smile with a smile on the end. And every one of these is different. Remember, it's backwards, Marty. It's backwards. I thought YouTube fixed that. It shouldn't be backwards. So everything's backwards right now? Probably because I'm using my front-facing camera. I didn't know that. I'm sorry, y'all. Everything's backwards? Oh, goodness. Anywho. Well, so if I go like that, it's right? Okay, so that's the smile. Okay, I didn't know that. Anyway, and then I make these little 3D reindeer. I love making these things. And Christmas ornaments. This is one of my favorite Christmas ornaments I make. And this was my Christmas ornament this year. That's the one I made this year. And then I pre-cut all my spoons for spoon carving. I cut them on the Scrollsaw, and then I carve them. And what's a benefit of that is they're thick, so I can resaw and get 2 spoons out of here. And then I carve them by hand. Can you turn your t-shirt inside out, please? It's driving me nuts. I could, but then you wouldn't be able to read it. That's just a few things I make. I just happen to have in the truck. I make a lot of other things on the Scrollsaw, but that's a few things. Is everybody still awake? Who's still out there with me? Okay, let's have a roll call, see who's still on here, please. I know some of you left. You're like, he's talking to the animals on the dash. All right, so. Okay, who else? I want to see a roll call. Who is still on here? Okay, I'm going to show you the magazines real quick, and then I'm going to show you a whole bunch of cool things in some of these magazines, okay? Creative Woodworks and Crafts. If you can find back issues of this, it's really good. Hello, Marty. Hello, guys. I'm saying goodbye, Marty. We have a safe trip. Get home safely. Thanks so much for being part of the live stream. Hopefully we can talk again. Thank you so much. Let me know. Do you have a YouTube channel? Okay, you're still here. You're so nice. Okay, great to have everybody here. So if you can find back issues of this magazine, it's a really good one. Okay, and here's Scrollsaw Woodworking and Crafts. This one's newer, but it's also a really great magazine. You can get subscriptions to that one. And here's Wood Magazine, Scrollsaw Patterns. If you can find any of these, they're really good too. Then there's Scrollsaw Association of the World, Dust. There's all kinds of great patterns in here. And here's just some other ones I had. Beginners look at wood carving. Well, that's more wood carving, but they got an older scroll saw on there. So there's all kinds of woodworking books and magazines too. Wood Magazine, American Woodworker, Popular Woodworking, Woodworker's Journal. A lot of those have scroll saw patterns and plans in them too. Here's another one. It's just patterns for the scroll saw. I have tons and tons of books at home. And here's a really old one. Look at this. This is from 1956, y'all. So look at garage sales. Look at thrift stores. Look at garage sales, thrift stores, flea markets, used stores, Goodwill, and you can find old pattern books and magazines and books for woodworking and scroll sawing. They're out there, y'all. Okay. Then I had a big pile of patterns at home, and I brought them with. There's all kinds of crazy old patterns out there, y'all. You know, what's really kind of fun about that, if you do some of these old projects, you can bring them back. Some people have never seen these projects. So they're new to the world, but they're old. Look at this, some kind of goofy stool pattern here. I mean, some of these patterns are 50, 60, 70 years old. All kinds of cool stuff. You know, there's a million patterns out there, y'all. And be creative. Like the one video I did showing you that you can take one pattern and do all different things with the same pattern. Nativity scenes. You know, all kinds. I'm just showing you random patterns I got here. Just really, some of these patterns are super old. So it's kind of fun. There's tons and tons of patterns out there for scroll sawing and woodworking. You just got to look around. Okay. I'm going to show you. So I got a whole bunch of magazines here, and I just picked some projects out of each magazine to show you. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to make more older. This year, I want to make toys and use older patterns to make some really cool projects. Look at this. A shop sign. Just small, basic cutting boards. So these are magazines, and there's like 20 projects in each magazine. I just grabbed some. I'm just showing you some random ideas. Here's a Paul Bunyan tray puzzle. This is all stuff you can do on the scroll saw. Look at this fretwork. I'm not into fretwork too much because it's a lot of inside cuts and I don't like that, but a lot of people like this stuff and it's beautiful. Look at the detail. You can do that kind of stuff on the scroll saw. Look at this, some penguins. It's a puzzle, a stand-up puzzle thing. So you can paint your projects, you can stain them, you can clear coat them. There's so many ideas. This is just just a tiny glimpse of things you can do on the scroll saw. This is like segmentation. And it's like a lid on a box. So you can make a box. You can make boxes and bowls and baskets. Oh, there's so much. Look at these detailed puzzles. Just incredible things. You can do really simple things, or you can do really detailed, complicated things. And all kinds of decorations and all kinds of fun things. Boxes and bowls and baskets, oh my. Yeah, it's like crazy. And look at all different kinds of frames, and you can make useful items and toys and decorations and so many things. Every time a new magazine comes out, there's new ideas. People keep coming up with more ideas. Look at Intarsia. I really like Intarsia. I want to do more Intarsia. It's amazing. You use different kinds of woods to basically make a picture. Isn't that incredible? I want to make the shop sign. Yeah, I like that shop sign. And there's different varieties. Look at this across. This is kind of cool too. You can put different kinds of crafts together. So this is a Scrollsaw cross, but they put fabric on the back. You know? So, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff. I really like 3D compound cutting on the Scrollsaw, and there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. Here's just an example. Those are 3D compound cut Christmas ornaments. And I've done word art and stuff, really cool things. This is just a glimpse, y'all. Again, there's 20, 30 projects in each one of these magazines. I'm just showing you a variety. I'm gonna do this one. That's the one I wanna do. And here's a puzzle box. I've made these and they're really simple. There's only like 4 cuts. You can do that on a Scrollsaw, and they're fun to make. More detailed fretwork. Just beautiful things. I'm just showing you some examples of some of the things you can do on the Scrollsaw. Just amazing stuff. What are we up to? An hour and 13 minutes. Oh my goodness. Are we having fun though, y'all? Look at gear clocks. Amazing. Some of these things I wouldn't even attempt, but you can do this on the Scrollsaw. I did several 3D compound scrolling for the Woodworkers Extravaganza in North Carolina. I got invited to demo at. Yeah, I like doing those. I want to do those ones where it's a block and there's 2 words, like Jesus, Christ, love, wood. There's one that's but first coffee I want to do. I wonder if Santa Helpers has Scrollsaws. I'm sure they do, Frankie. Look at it, more Intarsia. This is just examples of the things you can do if you're new to my channel, new to Scrollsaw and woodworking. I mean, there's a plethora of things you can do. You can make useful things like that. Is my honey still on here? Are you guys still watching me, or did you get bored and fall asleep? And here's some really intricate fretwork. I don't like to do this stuff, but some people do. That's really... I like to leave more wood. I don't like to have so many cutouts that it's black. I like to have more wood, but people were absolutely amazed at 3D scrolling. I made Christmas ornaments 3D. Yeah, it is amazing how it works, and it's so cool. Here's some more simple. I like that. That's not too busy. That's really cool looking. But see, here's the thing. You could take that pattern and just do the outside and do the eyeball. You don't have to do all the intricate insides. That's the thing too. You can take patterns and modify them and use them, make them unique to you. Here's some really intricate snowflake patterns. Christmas ornaments. Yeah, so that's just a big pile of magazines. That's just a fraction of what you can do on the Scrollsaw. There's so many different things, y'all. Seriously. So, if anybody has any questions, I am having lots of fun. We are still watching in between bathroom trips. Okay, honey. Hey, Kyler, Keone, Hayden, Casey. I don't know, my daughter Danny's on here, Hazel, but hi, I love you all. Okay, what was the last comment there? The comments don't stay, they go away really quick. I'm with you, Marty. My old eyes make the really intricate fretwork is hard. Yeah, I don't like doing that. Here's the thing though, Robert and Lynn and some of you, Chris. If you have a laser, I'm not really a laser guy, but there is some wonderful things you can do on a laser. What I have realized, looking at a lot of patterns, some of the patterns that are way too detailed to do on a scroll saw, you could use a laser to do. You know, or you could do that light burn or whatever. Although some of those that you wouldn't want to do on a scroll saw, it's just too many cuts. Do that on a laser. There's a lot, and that's the thing too, there's a lot of patterns you can use for sign carving that are scroll saw patterns. And so yeah, you can use patterns for different kinds of woodworking. I'm going to touch on a couple more things here and then answer a couple questions. If you all want to answer questions, yeah. So as far as blades, there's all different blades out there you can use. Olson, Flying Dutchman, Pegasus, Shark Tooth. I don't know. Maybe Robert, you can help me out with some brands. I mostly use Olson blades because I can get them at Menards, and I really like them. And Flying Dutchman, I really like them too. If you order them in bulk, it's way cheaper. For the most part, as far as sizes, I use a number 5 for almost everything. Sometimes I'll use a number 3 for really thin wood, or I'll use a number 7 for really thick wood. But number 5, really, it's good for 1/8 inch to 1.5 inch. It really is. Number 5 is a good blade to use, and I always use reverse skip tooth, basically. I think it's the Olson PGT number 5 is my favorite blade, but there's lots of other great blade brands out there. Okay, I got some more to share here, and I'm gonna answer questions, but I know you're not gonna like this, but I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go like this so you don't see me going to the bathroom. Okay, some of you know me and you just know this happens, and some of you are like, oh, this is gross. Well, I'm not showing you it. I'm a truck driver, and hopefully you can't hear it. Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna lose people here. I got a pee jug in the truck, y'all. I'm sorry, it's just life. When I gotta pee, I gotta pee. So I have a pee jug in here, and I also have a porta potty on the top. It's just part of life. You know, I shouldn't say this. No, I'm not going to say it. I had a funny I was going to say, but I'm not going to say it. Yeah, I got hand sanitizer here. Okay. All right. We're back. We're back. Hey, let's come a little bit closer here. Come a little bit closer. Okay. Now I can see the comments better here. We can keep going for a while here. Yeah, I know. I lost 2 people when I went to the bathroom. Okay, Robert says, I generally buy shark tooth blades from Winfield Collection or Scroller. They are as good a blades as the big name brands and very cost effective. I buy them 12 dozen for $32. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try them sometime. So I like the Olson ones, and they're like, the ones I get are like $5-6 for 6. That's spendy. But they're handy at Menards. Sometimes I'll order Flying Dutchman. I think the last time I got Flying Dutchman, it was like 12 dozen for $25, and they're really good blades. Maybe face the camera forward for the bathroom break. I could have done that, sorry. Whew. Anyway, okay, so yeah, I like Olson and Flying Dutchman blades, but there's a lot of other great brands out there. And number 5 is good for everything. These come down to $2.95, 3 a dozen. Yeah, yep. Okay. As far as attaching patterns, there's people like to do all different things out there. I don't like to use paper patterns, but if you're going to use paper patterns, and I do sometimes if it's like I'm just doing one thing, or If it's really intricate, I'll use a paper pattern. If you're gonna do that, you can do it different ways. People use glue sticks. I think they work really good. I've done that. If I'm gonna do that, I do a lot of scrolling, so buying bulk works for me. Yeah, I need to do that more. I just don't get around to it. But yeah, and then you buy a gross 12 dozen. That'll last a while anyway. I need to order some Olsen or Flying Dutchman. I really like them. But yeah, you can use a glue stick to attach the pattern to your wood. You can use spray adhesive. That's a little bit messier. You can also put painter's tape on the wood and then put the pattern on there. I just personally don't like to use glue and adhesive and put paper patterns on, because then you have to take them off, then you have to sand, and if you have a delicate pattern, you could break the pattern doing all that sanding, taking the adhesive off. So I make hardboard templates, and you've seen that in my videos, and this is an example. It's 1/8 inch hardboard. Frankie says, I wish Lowe's had different Scrollsaw blades. Yeah. So this is what I make my patterns on. It's 1/8 inch hardboard. I just make the pattern. This was this year's Christmas ornament, or last year, 2025 or 2024. And then I just trace it on the wood. There's no pattern to take off. There's no adhesive, no glue, nothing. That's what I do. That's just my personal way of doing it. I love your hardboard templates and started doing that this year, Marty. Oh, yeah. I think it works great. I have hundreds of them. If it's a really intricate pattern, yeah, I'll use a paper pattern, because it takes a while to make the pattern. But once you have the pattern, the lettering is backwards when you showed the joy in Jesus. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that, but oh well. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I do as far as doing that. Doing inside cuts. Okay, so here's a couple of things. Some people might say, if you're new to this, you might say, well, a bandsaw is just as good as a scroll saw. I like a scroll saw better for a couple of reasons. I have a bandsaw now that my honey got me. I want to use it. But a scroll saw can do everything a bandsaw can do and more. There's a couple of things that a bandsaw does better. A bandsaw will do big, thick things like a bandsaw box, and it'll resaw good. That's why I want to use mine. Otherwise, a scroll saw can do everything, and a scroll saw can do inside cuts. A bandsaw can't. A bandsaw has a big continuous blade, so if you're going to do a word, bandsaws cannot do the smaller cutting. Yeah, even if you put a really skinny blade in a bandsaw, it's still hard to do really sharp turns, or you're going to break the blade. So you can't do intricate stuff on a bandsaw. You can't do inside cuts. If you're doing a word like this joy, okay, I'll do it like this. If you're doing this joy, you would have to go in there to do that inside cut. Which actually, this was a bandsaw pattern. That's why it's like that. But on a scroll saw, you don't have to have that entry. You can just do an inside cut. Well, like this. To do this inside cut, you just drill a hole, and then you thread your blade through, and you can do inside cuts on a scroll saw. You can't do that with a bandsaw. And to do inside cuts, let's say you have 5 inside cuts in a pattern. Pre-drill all the holes, and then you just disconnect the top blade holder, thread it through, rehook it up, cut that inside part out, take it out. That's how you do inside cuts. How do I finish pieces? Frankie had asked that one time. You know, I have a little belt sander that I use to sand all my things. They're usually small. And then, you know, I'll just do clear lacquer, clear poly. I'll spray them, or I'll dunk them in Danish oil or tung oil. I don't get real fancy as far as finishing, but that's what I usually do. Sometimes I paint things. Couple of things I don't do that people do a lot: stack cutting. So stack cutting is you take 2 or 3 boards and you tape them together, or you nail them together, and then you put your pattern on and you cut it out. Then you take it apart and you have like 2 or 3. That, a lot of people do that. I've never had much luck with it, because the bottom 2 never turn out as good as the top one. I don't know why. It kind of moves a little bit or something. I don't know. But that's one way if you want to make them more at once. But I like to do everything one at a time anyway, even if I'm selling them. And I don't sell much anymore, once in a while, but mostly I make gifts. So
But yeah, stack cutting is an option. Also, they have spiral blades. I don't like them, but some people like them because you don't have to turn your wood piece because it's a spiral blade. The teeth go around the blade. So you go like this, you cut it like that instead of turning the wood. I don't like spiral blades, but some people say they work good, but that is an option. So again, I'm not talking a lot about blades. There's all different brands out there, all different kinds of blades. Basically, a reverse tooth is a good blade. Basically what that is the teeth are all pointing down on the blade until you get to the bottom. Those bottom teeth are pointing up. So then when you cut, the top of your workpiece and the bottom of your workpiece is smooth the way it is. I watched an older video and they used, Frankie says, I watched an older video and they used blue painter's tape to keep the wood from burning. Well, yeah, Frankie, that works the same as clear packing tape. Yeah, but I think clear packing tape works better. But, yep. As far as selling stuff, you know, it's really hard nowadays, but I don't know. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth. I would love to stay home and do woodworking and sell stuff, but people don't want to pay. There's a lot of competition, but yeah, I don't know. But a lot of people do it though. A lot of people make a living scroll sign and making wood things. But you got to really up your prices and charge for stuff. People got to realize it's handcrafted, and yeah. Be careful of copyrights though. If you're making something that's Minnesota Vikings or Disney, you can't really sell that stuff. You got to watch the copyrights on stuff. So, you know, be aware of that kind of stuff. Frankie had asked about dust collection. Some scroll saws have a dust port and some don't. This one doesn't. It doesn't, there's not much dust from a scroll saw anyway. It's really fine dust, and it's just basically drops down right below the blade. That's where your dust is. So you can hook it up. If your scroll saw has a dust port, you can hook up a shop vac and it'll suck most of it. If it doesn't, what I do on a couple of my saws, I have a shop vac underneath, right underneath the blade where the dust drops, and I have it zip tied under there, and it sucks up most of it. You know, it doesn't get it all, but it sucks up most of it. So yeah, that's about as good as you can get as far as dust collecting on a scroll saw. Yeah, boy, I'm getting down to, that's almost everything I wanted to talk about. I did my tips and yeah, a lot of the stuff. A few other questions. If everybody wants to ask questions, this would be a good time to ask more questions, or if you want me to show you something. I'm not going to do a lot of cutting in here, and I don't have much wood anyway, but if you wanted to see something else on the scroll saw, I can show you. If you have questions. Robert had a few questions. My favorite scroll saw that I've ever had. Well, Delta is my favorite brand of scroll saw. I really like the older Deltas. I've had other scroll saws, but I think just the 16-inch Delta, like the one I have right here, I don't see a reason for a big, huge, long, wide scroll saw. I do everything small anyway. And I've even shown in a video, I did a big thing that was this long. It was like two people's names with a heart in it. I did that on a 16-inch scroll saw. You just turn it. You just got to be creative. You don't need a 30-inch scroll saw. I don't know. So I think my favorite scroll saw is the Delta 16-inch. And I honestly don't need 2-speed or variable speed. It's nice, but yeah, just a 16-inch Delta. That was one of my first saws, actually. Because I had my Craftsman in 1992, and then I got a Delta 16-inch. And I gave that away, that first one. I gave it away to help somebody else get into scroll saw way back in the 90s. But yeah, I'd say the Delta 16-inch with a quick release blade holder. Robert also asked, first project I ever cut. So the first intricate one I have is actually sitting next to my Craftsman scroll saw on the shelf. It's a nativity scene. That was one of the first intricate ones. But the first things I cut though were, I did a video around Christmas time showing some of the simple things I did when I first started scrolling. like a Christmas tree, a snowman, Christmas card holders, little cutouts, little signs, just basic cutouts. That's the first things I made when I first started scrolling. Most difficult project, I don't know. I haven't done any really big projects. Jack says, how big is your truck where you are sitting? The area in here. So I'm in my Freightliner Cascadia. I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of like a camper in a truck nowadays. You know, I have up front, I have my seats. Then I have a little area in the middle here where I have cabinets and my refrigerator and a counter and my microwave and stuff. And then there's the bunk. The bunk is probably, well, I'm going to say 4 foot wide or deep by about 8 feet long, about 4 by 8. That's my little bunk area here. If that answers your question. Yeah, the most difficult project, I haven't done any really difficult ones because I don't like projects that are really time consuming, and I like simple things that I can whip off quick. Intarsia probably takes the longest time. I've never really done any big fretwork ones. I don't like them. Yeah, probably Intarsia. They take time. You got to cut all the little pieces. You got to keep recutting them and fitting them together, and lots of sanding and then gluing together. Probably the different Intarsias I've done, and I've only done a few. I've done Viking, the Minnesota Vikings as gifts, the loons, the snowman. I have a lot of Intarsia patterns I want to try sometime because, boy, you can really use up all those little pieces. Probably Intarsia. Yeah. Or a few other questions that people asked a while back. I think I answered them already, but I'll answer them again. Ernest asked me my top 5 projects for scrolling. Yeah, probably the the Jesus words. Well, okay. Do I gotta do it that way? No, wait. Probably that way. Jesus words. That's one. My smiles. The hugs. Making ornaments for people, or maybe making custom names for people. Yeah, like Christmas ornaments. And the 3D reindeer, those simple small things are actually my favorite things to make. Rich Rhodes asked, best brand of Scrollsaw a while back. Again, Delta's my favorite. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I honestly don't like the new Deltas. I've actually tried them. My uncle and I, we went for a road trip looking at Scrollsaws one day because he was looking for a new one. And he actually decided to stick with his old original one, which is the same as mine. Hey, Joe, welcome. Hope you're doing well, too. Where's the best place to purchase Scrollsaw blades? Probably online. Yeah, I like the Olsen blades, and I like Flying Dutchman, and you can buy them both in bulk. But, like, Robert has some good ideas and some other good ones out there, but I like Olsen and Flying Dutchman. Welcome to the show. We're starting to wind down here, but we'll probably go to 2 hours. We'll go another 25 minutes or so. But yeah, so my uncle and I were on a road trip looking at Scrollsaws, and we looked at someone who had a newer Delta. The most recent Delta Scrollsaw. It's almost exactly like the DeWalt. It's scary how close it is. I don't know how it's so close to the DeWalt. The newest Delta Scrollsaw is almost exactly like the DeWalt, which is a good saw. But I don't like it, like I said again, because I don't like the blade holder, which is just a thumb screw. And then I don't like that it doesn't have a removable insert. It just has a hole. I thought somebody was coming to talk to me here. Anyway. Yeah, the new Delta doesn't have the removable insert, and it has a thumb screw blade holder. So I wouldn't buy the new Delta, honestly. I'd rather buy the older ones. But Delta's my favorite brand. John Sayer asked me a while back, what's better, pine or poplar? I like poplar better, Pine is good wood to start with and to practice on, but it's more brittle. It has more knots. Poplar is cleaner. It's tighter grain. It's denser. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's still pretty affordable. So I really like poplar. I use poplar a lot. Frankie says, I've got go for now. Everyone have a blessed day. Chat with you later. Okay, Frankie, thanks for being with us. Have a wonderful day. So, my joys that I make, sorry, okay. Is that right? I don't know. What's this is poplar. It's pretty clean looking. It's tight grain. It smells good. It cuts really nice on the scroll saw. Poplar is my favorite wood to use on the scroll saw. So yeah, some people have asked me about the font I use for making my names. It's the Hobo font, and I actually found the pattern. Oh, good night. Where'd it go? I actually found the original pattern that I got 30 some years ago. You can use any font, y'all. Any block font works for making names or words. And you can go on your computer and you can do script fonts. Just print them off and cut. They all work. But it's pretty sure it's a Hobo font is what I use. I don't know where. I found it and now I can't find it. I showed it on my video the other day, but oh, I got to show you guys something here. Yeah, the cat thing. Yeah, I know you guys want to see it. Okay, yeah, okay. So many people have asked me. This is the pad. This is the template I have been using for 30 years. I make my names out of. It's a Hobo font. If you want, you can screenshot it. You can screenshot it right there and print off any size you want. That's the patterns I've made. But you don't have to use mine. You can use any pattern out there. But yeah, any block font works for names. Okay, 1 second here. People keep walking by. I think they're gonna ask me a question. What size are those letters? Well, okay, so here's the thing, y'all. I am constantly resizing things. I never do something the original size. These letters here, you really want to know? Okay, I'll tell you. These letters are 1 3/4. They're 1 3/4, Robert. That's the original, but that's not what I made them. I enlarged my pattern. Mine are just under 3 inches. They're like 2 3/4. That works good. I think that's a nice size name. It's about this big. I don't have any in the truck here, but they're a little bit bigger than this. But yeah, but they're pretty small. And actually, okay, I have a reason to ask. What? What do you got? What? What do you got? What? Ah, is everybody awake out there? Hey, I can do something weird with my nose. Look at this. I think I just lost a bunch of people again. I thought I'd laser cut a full set for Frankie. Oh, great idea. Oh, Robert, yes. Great use of a laser to make patterns, make templates. Yes. Oh, that's sweet. Actually, did I make one for you, Frankie? I think I might have already, but it doesn't have to be that set. I mean, they're nice, but again, there's tons of other templates out there for lettering to make names. And again, it's just as easy to spell the name on your computer, whatever font or size you want, print it off. But I just like using the templates, but yeah. I want to show you something. Okay. I'm going through all these old antique patterns, right? Really old patterns, right? Look at this. I wanted to show you this. Now I want to be careful here because I know there's a lot of cat lovers out there. Okay, if you love cats, more power to you. I'm not crazy about cats. I do not hate them. I'm just not crazy about them because every time a cat jumps on my lap, they dig their claws into me and then they jump away and scratch me. They're always scratching me, the cat hair. I'm not crazy about cats, but I'm not going to say I hate them. But there are people who hate cats out there. And I thought this was funny. It's a pattern for people who hate cats. Okay? The funny thing about this is I'm like, okay, so gosh, I'm not the only one who doesn't like cats. This pattern is like from the 70s. It's an old pattern. I just thought that was kind of funny. But there's also an I love cats and I love dogs and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was funny. That anyway, sorry. I just had to show that because I thought it was funny. Anyway, okay. Anybody have any questions or thoughts? Frankie, no, I don't have the pattern for the letters. Oh, okay. Bill Clinton, hello. Howdy, sir. How are you doing? I don't think I voted for you, if I remember right. Welcome to the show. So who all is on here right now? Who all is still on here? If anybody has any questions, thoughts, or even advice for me, or tips, or complaints, anything, this is the time. Let me hear your thoughts, questions, anything. You want to see something on the Scrollsaw? You want to, whatever? Let me know. I think I've shared everything I was going to share, which is probably way too much. You know, kind of old school too, to get tips and advice and all that kind of stuff. I think they're still out there online. There are woodworking forums like Lumberjacks. That's one of them. And there's Scroller, and I don't know, there's some different ones out there. They're forums where you can go in and you can talk back and forth with people. I love cats. They taste just like chicken. Thanks, Jack. Thank you. Oh, no, I know a lot of people love their cats, so it's okay. I don't want to get attacked here as a cat hater. I don't hate them, but I just thought that was cute that they actually made a pattern. But yeah, what was I saying? Who is all still on here? Uh-oh, I guess I guess sneeze. Woo! Okay, now I gotta blow my nose. Sorry. Ew. Good night. Oh yeah, trying not to blow my nose on the screen. Sorry, y'all. Oh. Okay. So I need some more energy here. Celsius. I don't like the energy drinks that aren't good for you. Celsius is pretty good. Bubbler, sparkling ice. I know the coffee is kind of. I don't do that very often. This is kind of fun. Okay, so does anybody have any more questions or thoughts? Who else is still on here? But no, I was starting to say there's forums out there where you can get on a. Hey, David, welcome to the show. We're just starting to wind down here. If anybody has any scroll sign questions that I can answer, again, it's just my 2 cents. Or if you have tips or advice to give me, I want to hear them now. Please share. But yeah, there's woodworking and scroll sign forums out there where you can go on, talk to other woodworkers and scroll sawyers. There's all different. You can ask questions and learn from each other and share pictures. I think they're still out there. Lumberjacks was my favorite. I think it's still out there. I'm not sure. Boy, that makes me want to check it out now. There were online forums and they're really good, so you should check them out. See if they're still around. I'm gonna do that this evening. I'm gonna go back on Lumberjacks. I was on there years ago. That was kind of before Facebook and YouTube, actually. So yeah, that's another place where you can learn about a certain kind of woodworking or any kind of hobbies for that matter. The forums online.
Who is still out there? I want to know who is still watching. It says there's 10 people. You've been at a wedding. Oh, okay. Well, no. Well, first of all, that's way important than watch me ramble. And you can watch the replay of this later if you really want to. But yeah, so Robert's on here, Frankie's on here. So we got some new people on here. David, we have Jack on here. Holiday was on here earlier. Holiday. Yeah. My wife is on here, and my kids and grandkids. Joseph, do you ever get bored making the same pattern? Well, what do you mean? I don't. So if I make a template, I just make it once. Or do you mean making the same things? Like I make Jesus words, joys, smiles. I don't get tired of it. Sometimes I make a lot of hugs and stuff. It's kind of fun. I mean, I like to do different things. That's why I would never want to mass produce anything. But you mean making the same thing? Yeah. No, I don't do it that often. I mean, every once in a while. I really like making things for our church, like if we have a special event, or for the kids or the youth, or my wife has a women's ministry thing. One time I made hugs. I've done that a couple times. I made a whole bunch of hugs. I think I made 70 that one time. I got a video on that. Just little hugs. That was a lot, but it was still fun. You know, I don't do a lot of the same thing very often. So, but I really like the word art. It's relaxing and enjoyable for me to make the Jesus words, the hugs, the peace, the joys, the smiles. I like making those. Had another question here. So yeah, let's talk back and forth and do some Q&A here. David says, when you were at the truck stop today, you mentioned about speed. Do you keep your speed high all the time? Well, hold on. I'm not sure if I understand that. I'm still at the truck stop, but you're talking about the speed on Scrollsaw or driving to the driving? The horse is beautiful. What horse, honey? Huh? Oh, the horse in Tarja earlier. Okay, boy, that's you're gotta catch up, honey. I'm kidding. I love you. I miss you. So yeah, so some scroll saws have only one speed. Robert says, Marty, see my comment just above? Just look them up. They are still there. Oh, forums? Really? You know, I'm kind of excited about that. I want to check out the forums. I think Lumberjacks was a good one, and there's special scroll sign ones. That would be fun to be a part of, y'all. The old forums, if they're still working. Thanks, Robert, for that. Oh, that's good to know. Good for everybody to know. Maybe you can list them on here, what ones you found or whatever. Okay, so yeah, some scroll saws have one speed. And some scroll saws are 2-speed, and some are variable speed. Again, they're nice to have. My main delta in my shop at home is variable speed, but I always have it on high, like 17 RPMs. If it's 2-speed, I usually have it on the fastest. I always usually have it on the fastest. The only time, in my opinion, you'd want it really slow is if you're cutting some really thick wood, and a lot of times you want to go faster too. I don't know. Or if you're cutting plastic. Yeah, there's different reasons to have different speeds, but I usually just have it on regular speed or the high speed for me. Again, I've been doing this for over 30 years and I've learned a lot, but I don't know everything. But for me, that's always worked. When you were cleaning up the Delta, you said you mentioned about scroll saw speeds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I basically just leave the fastest speed. That's always worked for me. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. Anything else you want me to show you? Any other questions? Any other thoughts? We got about 9 minutes here. We'll quit about 2 hours. I think that's long enough. I think you're probably getting tired of looking at me. Yeah, just realize that there's thousands and thousands and thousands of patterns out there for scroll sign, and all different kinds of things you can do, and all kinds of fun creative things, and there's more things to create, and it is a crafty, creative kind of woodworking, and I just think it's fun. A lot of kids like it, a lot of women like it. It's, you know, I've heard of people who have some kind of disability or even mental challenges and struggles, and the scroll sign is great therapy, and it's something you can do. You can sit and do, even if you can't do big woodworking, even if you can't afford a lot of things or bigger tools or space, or, you know, scroll sign is something you can do even if you physically are limited, or mentally limited, or financially limited, or space limited, or time limited. You know, you can sit down for a few minutes and scroll sign, create something, and it's great therapy. It really is. It's enjoyable and fun, and fun. I mean, I guess I've been woodworking for 33 years. I've been scroll signing for 33 years. Yes, I've done a lot of other kinds of woodworking, but I still scroll saw. It's still my favorite, and there must be a reason. So, yeah. But, so, any other questions or thoughts? Or Frankie says, I make the Jesus fish and give them away as a ministry. Yep, that's wonderful, Frankie. Yeah. Yeah, I like to make things and give them away. It's just wonderful to make gifts. You know, and woodworking and scroll sign. My honey says, have a wonderful Sunday, Marty's Ramblings friends. Are you leaving, hun? Don't leave yet. You might as well stay through till the end. Robert says, I don't sell anything, just give gifts. Yeah, I've sold some stuff, and every once in a while I still do, but not very often. But yeah. Dinner time. I'll watch tomorrow, but thank you for your hard work. God bless. Okay, you too. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Have a great dinner. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you later. Yeah, I love making things and giving them away. It's just wonderful gifts. And the thing is, woodworking in general is kind of a nostalgic pastime. A lot of people don't do it anymore. And scroll sign, you know, a lot of people are taking up scroll sign though. I'm seeing a lot of Facebook groups and a lot of YouTube channels just starting. People are just starting to do scroll sign, and it's kind of neat. But I'm starting to wind down, y'all. Got about 6 minutes here, and we're gonna call it a day. I think I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna think about what I want to do for dinner. I might veg on a movie. I feel like putting my backpack on and going for a hike, but I really don't want to hike in the Florida Everglades here or whatever. There's actually a pit over here where there's supposedly alligators. I might, yeah, I know. I might walk over there, we'll see. But I got to clean up all this. I got to put my scroll saw back up front, put all these things away. You know, it's a lot of work making a video, yeah. But I enjoy it. It's fun. Yeah, you misspelled alligators there, Robert, but it's okay. I'll give you a break. I know I've talked long enough, guys. I know. Sorry. I mean, it's what I do. Big fingers? Huh? Big fingers? I don't get it. Who else there's still 10 people watching here. I'm kind of running out of words, but I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Again, if you have any comments, or put them down below. Please subscribe if you like my channel and my videos. We got 5 minutes left, y'all. If anybody has any last minute questions or thoughts. Is there anything I said that you disagree with? Again, I don't know everything. I'm always just learning. To my family and friends out there, I love you all. I miss you. Can't wait to get home. Bumpa loves you. Grandpa loves you. I love you, hon. Only one thing. My honey says, see an alligator in the wild for me and get a picture. Okay, hon. Well, I'm gonna go for a walk, and I'll probably FaceTime you when I'm doing it. We'll see. And hopefully you can go with me later in February. Who knows where we'll go. I'm looking forward to having you come with me on the road at least once a month. It'd be nice. Yeah, I'm just looking. I think I've said everything and done everything. I'm running out of words. Any last minute comments or questions, y'all? Marty, you be careful out on those roads. Yeah, I'm always. Oh, love you, Kyler. Love you, Keone. Love you so much. Bump, I'll be home soon. I should be home by hopefully Thursday or Friday. We'll see. And you can go. Well, I'll give you another ride in the Freightliner down the road, okay? And we'll have a campfire and go for a hike and play outside. Oh, yeah. As far as videos, yeah, I got more woodworking videos coming up. And I'm getting messages on here. I'll read them later. But yeah, I'm going to get some hiking videos and whatever I'm doing, I'll just like make videos and share when I can. And I got a little bit of a headache here. Giving myself a headache. Yes, I am a very blessed husband, father, grandpa. I'm blessed in many ways. I have challenges and struggles in life. We all do. But I am so incredibly blessed. I'm so thankful to God for all the blessings in my life and just for always being with me. And yes. Well, we got about a minute and a half left. If anybody has any last minute questions or thoughts, shoot them to me now. Oh, what happened there? We had a glitch. Something had stopped and then it started again. Y'all still there? Okay, what's Marty, my new heart. Thanks you for today. Oh, you knew? Yeah. You be safe there, brother. You got to take it easy. And yeah. Well, it's 72 degrees here. A little warm for me, but yeah, I'm gonna put this stuff away and go for a little walk. And who knows? If I see any gators, there'll be a video later today. We'll see. I don't know how the cold snap and the snow and the winter storm that came through. I don't know how that affected all the tropical wildlife, but yeah, maybe I'll go for a little walk and do a little video. I know I did that last year when I was at the same truck stop, but well, thank you everybody for being with me. It's time to wind down here, a 2-hour live stream. This was an extra one because I did my other live yesterday. Again, thanks for being with me. This has been fun. Again, you can watch the replay of this later today whenever it's uploaded. It's time to take it's time to take off the do-rag. Oh, that means it's the end of the show. That's funny that I wear a do-rag for my live streams. I don't have any dew up there. I don't like hair on me. But anyway, love you all. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on live stream. I'm going to try to do live stream at least every other Saturday. But yeah, we'll see. This was an extra one on a Sunday. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If I have something to share, I'll do one. If I do one next Saturday, I'll be home, God willing. So we'll see, maybe. And yeah, you never know. Videos just pop up on my channel whenever I have something to share. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being with me on this live stream. This has been fun. I hope you learned something. I learned a lot. Anyway, oh, it's been fun. Love you all. And yeah, I need to get out and get some fresh air and exercise. And maybe we'll see you in a video in a little bit later today. We'll see if I can find a gator. Thanks for being with me. We'll see you on the next one.